For the past several years, so many people, myself included, have been calling out the failures of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all while the mainstream media continue to protect Disney and Kevin Feige, calling it out for the direction it's headed in, the failures of Phase 4, the garbage start to Phase 5, with box office flops and streaming disasters. Well, now, here we are, and it looks like some people at Marvel, maybe Kevin Feige, maybe other people in executive positions, are finally having to make some course corrections. And the announcement today sent a shockwave through the industry. Marvel just fired the writers of MCU Phase 5's biggest new show. Not just all the writers, but all the directors as well. And it's for one of the most highly anticipated series they have, Daredevil Born Again. One of the shows we've been talking about, one of the shows that seem to have some problems behind the scenes, and one of the shows that so many people were worried about because it is a follow-up to one of the most well-received Marvel products we've ever seen, the Daredevil show on Netflix. Well, here's the report that came out today. Marvel's scrapping Daredevil Born Again Disney Plus series planned significant creative reboot of the series. And this is not from some random rumor mill. This is from The Hollywood Reporter, by the way. Daredevil hits reset button as Marvel overhauls its TV business. One of the things we have been criticizing for a long time is the fact that it doesn't seem like Marvel, or Disney for that matter, has any idea what they're doing when it comes to these streaming series. It doesn't feel like they know how to do television. It feels like they have an idea for a movie that gets turned into a 6 or 8 episode series with a ton of filler, but reality, you probably only need 1 or 2 of those episodes where story or plot actually advances or actually matters. We've been talking about this for literally fucking years on YouTube, and it looks like Marvel is finally catching up. Daredevil hits reset button. Launched during the pandemic with a playbook to shoot 150 million plus seasons with no pilots, the Disney unit is undergoing growing pains and seeing the logic of traditional TV culture. To be honest, this is a good thing. This is a step in the right direction. This is an acknowledgement that they have been fucking up for the past several years. Just like we've said here on this channel, just like other people in this YouTube sphere have said, they are failing. They have been failing. It's been obvious. We've been calling it out even if the mainstream wanted to protect them. This is an acknowledgement from Kevin Feige and Marvel that they have been failing and they need to change. And apparently it's starting with an overhaul of one of their biggest upcoming series. It didn't take long to see the problem after Marvel Studios' Daredevil Born Again paused production in mid-June during the writer's strike. Fewer than half of the series' 18 episodes had been shot, but it was enough for Marvel execs, including Kevin Feige, to review the footage and come away with a clear-eyed assessment the show wasn't working. So in late September, Marvel quietly let go of head writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman, and also released the directors for the remainder of this season as part of a significant creative reboot of the series, Hollywood Reporter has learned. The studio is now on the hunt for new writers and directors for the project, which stars Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, a blind lawyer turned superhero. And really, the Daredevil part of it is only half this article. The other half is acknowledging that they've been completely fucked up with the way they've approached all the streaming series on Disney+. The Daredevil revamp is the latest in a series of growing pains for Marvel. Since debuting WandaVision in January of 2021, the studio, which dominated the film industry in the 2010s, has released more than 50 hours of TV programming after creating a small screen division from the ground up during the pandemic. Through it all, the company eschewed the traditional TV making model. It didn't do pilots, but instead shot entire 150 million plus seasons of television on the fly. They didn't hire real showrunners, but instead depended on film execs to run its series. And as Marvel does for its movies, it relied on post-production and reshoots to fix what wasn't working. Marvel's series have recently faced a number of creative challenges and cries of diminishing returns from critics and audience metrics, causing a major shift in the studio to move to make TV shows the more traditional way. We're trying to marry the Marvel culture with the traditional television culture. It comes down to how can we tell stories in television that honor what's so great about the source material. Oh, holy shit, what a wild fucking approach to making content. With Daredevil's new direction, Marvel hopes to right the ship on a project with sky-high expectations. The show is Marvel's first to feature a hero who already had a successful series on Netflix. But sources can say Corman and Ord crafted a legal procedural that did not resemble the Netflix version known for its action and violence. Cox didn't even show up in costume till the 4th episode. Remember when Daredevil showed up in the She-Hulk series? We're like, this doesn't feel like the same character. Weird that the show that we'd all been talking about, we were worried it wasn't going to resemble the Netflix version, didn't resemble that version at all. Almost like we were exactly right the entire fucking time. Marvel, after greenlighting the concept, found itself needing to rethink the original intention of the show. Marvel plans to keep some scenes in episodes, though other serialized elements will be injected, with Corbin and Ord becoming executive producers on the 2-season series. They go through a lot of other problems they've seen, problems with Vision, things that happen in Moon Knight and She-Hulk, and virtually every one of these Disney Plus series. They talk about the huge issues with Secret Invasion, which was a massive $225 million failure for them as well. But I do think this is a very positive thing. Now, of course, it's admitting that they're a disaster, but it's what we've been saying the whole time. It's what I've been saying for a long time when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is something that had to admit. This is something they should have admitted a long time ago, that they are failing. The way they are making this shit was not working. She-Hulk, Secret Invasion, and of course, we're yet to see some of the other disasters that are on their way, things like Echo. But to stop everything in the middle of this season, say, nope, we're starting from the ground up. We can't fuck this up. It is a clear indication that Marvel has been getting blistering reviews, that the audience has fallen off. Everything we've been saying for the past 2 years, they're finally being forced to admit that that's the truth. They're going about this the wrong way, and they've driven fans off. They need to change. Whether this will actually be a good product at the end of the day, whether they're going to do the right things, whether they're going to focus on the right things and the right characters, whether it might be a little too late to right the ship in terms of Phase 5 or Phase 6 of the MCU, that remains to be seen. But this is something that needed to happen. They needed to have a come to Jesus moment and wake up and realize that they are completely fucking this up. There have been some other things that have come out now, leaks that have come out about the show like this. Daredevil Born Again would have shown Matt Murdock stop being Daredevil after he fails to save Foggy and Karen. Kingpin would have been the mayor, winning on a campaign of backing law enforcement while discouraging street-level heroes like Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. We've heard other stuff about, vigilante cops that are taking it too far and replicating the Punisher. We've heard wild rumors just in the past couple hours coming out about this now that they've announced that they're going to revamp it. Who knows how much of that is true? Who knows how much of it is false? One thing is certain. The people like myself that have been critical the way Marvel's doing this, the criticizing the way they make their television series, saying that these things were not going to work long term. Marvel is finally being forced to admit that that is the truth, that they have been failing, that they need to change things if they want any chance to succeed in the future. For right now, Daredevil has been essentially scrapped and they're starting from scratch. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.